Welcome to New Gameplay. Today I'm Kyle Hilliard here with Marcus Stewart.
Hey, how's it going, Kyle?
Going well. I'm going very well because I get to see a bunch of Alan Wake 2 gameplay. I didn't get to play it, but you did.
I did. I went to Los Angeles a couple weeks ago. I got to play about an hour and a half, roughly, of the Alan Wake section, as well as an hour of the Saga section, the other character in Alan Wake 2, which we have a video on. If you check our YouTube channel, if you want to see her side of things. But yeah, this section takes place a couple of chapters or so into Alan's side of the story. Right now, you know, the general premise of Alan Wake 2 is that he's been trapped in the dark place for 13 years, just sort of the like twisted, weird realm that he's been dealing with since the first game. And in this particular mission, we're exploring this strange hotel, trying to search for some answers, and mainly involving the cult and things with Alex Casey, who was like the literary character from his novels. And believe it or not, Kyle, a lot of weird things happen here.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
The entrance hall said the moon.
He's been in there for 13 years? I didn't realize that. That's brutal.
Yeah, so they said that Alan Wake, like the story kind of like
Waited for me here.
ages in real time of like, because you know the first game came out 13 years ago in 2010, so they're like, yeah, it's 2023 in this game. Like he's been stuck there since the end of the game, and he's been trying to get out and not succeeding at that. So he's not having a great time, and hasn't had a good time in a long time.
I guess you got there's Control DLC where Alan shows up, and which is canon, I'm sure. Which that might have been his one chance to like talk to someone in the outside world, maybe, in the last like year or two or something like that.
Yeah, and it's funny you mentioned Control, because like I said, it is canon if you play if you played Control, but especially if you played the All DLC for Control, that is pretty much centered around Alan Wake. But during the preview event, we had a panel with Sam Lake and the two Alan.
By the way, that's him right there. That's Sam Lake.
That is Sam Lake, Max Payne himself. But also the two Alan Wake performers were there, as well as like Sean Ashmore and the actress that portrays Saga. But they talked about it, and they showed us a scene where an agent from the Federal Bureau of Control shows up in this game and talks to Saga, kind of saying like, hey, we're looking into this. So the Control Agency will have a presence in this game, which is pretty cool.
Melanie LeBird, by the way, playing Saga.
Thank you.
In Alan Wake 2. I want to get her name out there too. And this right here, this is very Control. Just the sort of like
mixed media style.
Yeah, and even just the way it's presented, where it's like, I don't know, silhouettes upon silhouettes of a character sort of narrating things. It's good. I'm for it. Mix it up, Remedy. Like, let's get Alan. Max Payne exists in the universe too. Why not?
So what those are called echoes, and they kind of, like, again, it's sort of like leading you along and giving you details on the story, but they can also sometimes give you literary inspirations, and we'll see a bit of that shortly, where Alan's two big mechanics are, one, the dark place lamp, which is sort of the like weird wand that he has that can take light from places and then apply it to other ones to switch the environment. Like every environment, especially in the open world sections, has like a dark world and light world variant, basically. So if there's a barrier that you can't get past in the light, if you take the light away, it'll change it up. And you're like, oh, okay, now that barrier is clear. And the other big thing Alan Wake can do, which is sort of similar, is the like rewriting scenes. So you see that barrier there that I can't get past. I got the mind board there sort of has like plot elements that you'll connect. Like you'll go into a room and it'll be like, oh, this is a good idea for a story, basically. And then you can
wait, still like trying to survive in the dark place, but at the same time he's like jotting down story ideas for his next novel.
Well, the game's premise seems to tease that like everything that's happening around him is being written by some entity that might be another version of him. It's hard to say.
Yes. Yeah.
So he's kind of like, okay, well, I can rewrite everything if I find elements from like stories that I've written. So he's got one called Rewrite Ritual, and you saw there, you go in the menu, you select it and apply it to the spot that you're in, and then it just changes it to something different to fit that scene. So now that wall is gone because I applied a literary element called like pre-write ritual or something. But there's multiple ones that I collect in this mission, and you can only change or rewrite reality in certain spots, but you can apply different elements to the same spot. So even though there's only one correct answer, you can apply other ones to kind of see what changes, and you might find some things that you might miss if you don't do that, which can be good or bad.
Sure, right, yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to, this is me fiddling around. I'm like, wait, how do I get in there? So this is my gameplay, by the way, for people wondering. You might have already figured that out because it's not as maybe polished as like a demo player might be. You can see me kind of like, oh, wait, how do I do this thing? Looking around here. But yeah, this is my footage that I captured at the preview event. Of course, we're in a save room right now. The little writer's room. But yeah, I love this level because it gives me very strong Shining vibes.
Oh yeah, I was going to mention that. I mean, just in that bathtub area you were in, for sure.
Yeah, like this area, there's like a lot of different rooms. Some doors are locked that are optional that you can decide to go in. This room in particular. So I went to this room, and then it wound up being basically almost like a clown car of enemies. Like there's nothing in here but like 5 or 6 enemies. Oh, no. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm fighting now. And yeah, it was hard. Like
was that the flare gun you're about to
I was like,
out there?
Which I am very bad at using. As you can see right there. I couldn't figure out how to make it do things, but I kind of went to the old-fashioned way of like, well, bullets work. But yeah, the thing about Alan Wake 2 is that they're leaning a lot harder into survival horror, which means inventory management is like super important. And I've only got 5 flashlight batteries and a few bullets between my 2 real guns. And I'm being swarmed by enemies here. Like it's... spoiler alert, I spent a lot of time stubbornly trying to beat this room that I did not have to. It is not crucial to the story, but I was like, oh, maybe there's something in here, like a reward, right? I should try to do this. And yeah, I died probably a good like 6 or 7 times because I kept getting swarmed by these guys, and there was enemies in the hallway that would get involved. It was a mess.
And it's always in those situations, it's like, your reward is ammo. It's like, oh, well.
I mean, there's a great bit at the end where I was like, we're gonna see I'm like, what, 9 bullets left. I still have like 3 dudes. And they take quite a few shots. Like, you can try to like consolidate shots where it's like, okay, if I get them close enough, I might be able to hit 2 with the same shot. But yeah, it is the way they sort of like, they can kind of erratically dodge because they kind of like warp around the environment, and then they can get in your face suddenly. So you're kind of always on defense. You got that dodge move that you can hit.
Yeah, that was in the original as well, and it when you pull it off correctly, it is quite satisfying.
Which I'm gonna have to do because you can see I am completely out of ammo. I remember being like, I have blown it because all I have is my flashlight. But like, you have a melee attack.
There's still a dude.
So I'm trying to again stubbornly be like, I should probably just run away and just cut my losses. It's like, I bet I can melee this dude to death, right? Like it's just him.
Hit him.
I'm trying so hard right now.
I will show you.
And this guy's yelling at me, I will show you, and all the stuff he's saying.
I mean, you're in it, like that's your health in the bottom right, yeah, like.
So I'm trying to depth, like maybe there's ammo in here, and then I think I got some, but boom. So I actually, there's a death scene that plays that I cut, mainly because I wasn't sure if I could show it, because it's pretty graphic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, maybe I don't show it. I'll leave it as a surprise. But there is like a death scene that plays immediately after you go down. So yeah, we're jumping ahead here to, the ballroom. So you see, like, okay.
Good fonts.
So you see it says new scene. So scenes are the areas that you can rewrite reality in.
Okay.
So it'll add it to your plot board in your menu. So I just applied a scene called Haunted, as you can see in the bottom left. So now, like, I have a haunted element to it, which is the one that I need for this.
I recognize my writer's room on the stage.
Yeah, I got
I
another.
almost dreaded the ideas this would conjure up.
Got another echo here. You need to watch.
Nice set you got here.
Lining those up kind of gives me almost you played Hellblade, right?
Oh yeah, that was like a primary puzzle in Hellblade. It's like sort of adjusting your view as needed to unlock bits of story.
Right, like it's obviously a much simpler version of that, but I kept thinking of that as I was playing this. And, yeah, I love these weird little scenes. Like you said, very Control-esque, and I'm with you. Like, it's one of the things, like one of the presentational touches I really loved in Control. So yeah, really happy to see that come over here. And it really helps sort of like bind those two games even closer than they kind of already are.
I see Sam Lake there. Is he performing in the game? Is he acting? Is he speaking?
He's not speaking.
Okay.
So there's another voice actor playing Alex Casey, but like he's physically performing.
Oh, he's born. Okay.
It's the same thing with Alan Wake, where there's the voice of Alan Wake is not the performer, like the likeness of Alan Wake. Like especially you'll see like the live action cutscenes. I forget the gentleman's names, but if you play Control, the guy that plays Dr. Deerling is Alan Wake's voice actor.
Right. I thought did they not? So, but that's because that was the case in the first game,
right?
But it's still the case.
It's the same two performers, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's like Twisted Metal. It's like Sweet Tooth. It's like Will Arnett and Samoa Joe. The thing who doesn't think of Twisted Metal when playing Alan Wake?
Yeah, or the original Alan Wake.
Very similar games. So I got my shotgun here, which I wish I had in that room before.
That'd have been very convenient.
Yeah, exactly. I love the effect of like it looked cool in the first game, but just the like sort of removing the darkness and they kind of explode into their, I guess, closer to human forms, whatever you want to call it.
I mean, that's like the big thing. I don't know if they learned from Control or just decided to start doing in Control, where they were just like, particle effects, right?
Oh yeah,
like we're going all in on particle effects here at Remedy, and I'm like, yeah, great, please do. It looks awesome.
Yeah, I mean the game looks fantastic. Like you probably have already noticed that, but just like not even just from a fidelity standpoint, but just from an art design, like. You see, I applied earlier a plot element called the Devil, which is sort of like the aftermath of the clicker sort of like onslaught. See, it's like, okay, the killer already came through and just massacred everyone. So you can see like bodies everywhere. There's a blood trail I have to follow. You can see the walls there in the back have all this writing in blood. So like, it's like that literary element of the story. Of like, oh yeah, what would happen if like the guy just went on a rampage and just like slaughtered everyone in this hotel.
I mean, Remedy does like a good follow the blood trail. They like that mechanic.
I hear
that's a thing in Max Payne.
Yeah, they have that in their office too, right? Like that's how they find like the bathroom and stuff. They just have a blood trail all over the place.
I haven't been to the new office. The old office didn't have that. I went to the old office for Quantum Break actually.
Okay,
which is a very cool trip. But they have since moved to a new facility.
Look at that. It's really giving this guy the business here. So reloading takes a while in this game, purposely. That's why I'm not shooting, because you really got to give yourself some time to do it. And because of how fast the enemies can move, it took a while for me to get like enough breathing room to get some bullets in the chamber there. So again, the combat like constantly remains tense. So like, there's a reason why I died in that room with so many enemies, because it's like I can't reload and they can move deceptively quick. And when there's multiple of them sort of like blitzing you, it becomes a problem real quick.
Right.
But yeah, winding down here, Alan Wake 2, shaping up pretty good. You can check out my written preview on the site, check out the Saga gameplay. But yeah, I was really having a good time with Alan stuff. Like it's trippy and it's weird and it's fun. And I'm excited to see how the full game turns out on October 27th.
Yeah, I'm very excited for Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 1 was actually the first game I ever got early for like journalistic purposes.
Oh, okay.
So it's just always going to be special to me, the Alan Wake series. So I'm very excited for the sequel.
Hell yeah. Thanks for chilling out with me, Kyle.
Yeah, thanks for having me.